Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Thank you, Lexi. President Donald Trump has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize by Pakistan. That's according to a statement released by the country's government today. Officials cited Trump's diplomatic intervention following a spike of violence between India and Pakistan last month. Governments and other institutions can nominate any living person or active organization for the Nobel Peace Prize. The Norwegian Nobel Committee will decide on who receives this prestigious recognition in December. Pope Leo XIV is praising the work of journalists for their work in investigating sex abuse in the Catholic Church. And he's also called for a culture of zero tolerance for any abuse. His message was read yesterday at a performance of a play in Lima, Peru. It marks the first time he...
Oh boy, look at this beautiful but embarrassing moment for the fake news media. Oh man, you just can't make this up. This is good. Give our president the Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, indeed. But it just gets worse and worse and worse for the fake news media, the mainstream media, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the ABCs, the CBSs, the NPCs, the PBSs, all of them. Watch as this smug hack activist tried to paint the narrative and down President Trump. And then they break the news to her. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is beautiful. We just keep winning.
Now, we're hearing incredibly optimistic views coming out of the White House as far as how long this can hold and what this is going to look like. That obviously still remains to be seen on the implementation side of this, and waiting to see if the firing does stop and if Iran and Israel do both agree to this. Because, you know, speaking of the fluidity of the situation, it was just 24 hours ago that President Trump himself was suggesting a regime change in Iran was a possibility. And obviously right before that, having the United States strike Iran. And so, yes, there have been a lot of phone calls going back and forth. In part, this has to do with Iran's limited response earlier, where they fired on a U.S. base in Qatar, but there were no casualties. We know that they did give a heads up that they were going to be firing on U.S. bases without exactly specifying which ones. But that is the question here, is if the United States felt that it did not need to respond to the Iranian retaliation, did that create the space for this? That is what we've been hearing from administration officials. And so the question is whether or not this still holds for the next few hours.
Caitlin, I just been given word that Iran, according to a diplomat who briefed CNN, Iran has agreed to the ceasefire. So this is significant. I just want to try to learn some more information as soon as we get it about that. But if that is the case, that's incredibly significant, because that is, we were waiting. We had not heard from Iran. We had not heard from Israel. All we were going on so far has been the president's social media post, which was some 2 hours ago. So again, that is the first indication we have that Iran has agreed to this.
Nobel! There was some mustard on it. Them Patriots, we're going to put some mustard on it, I tell you that. Nobel Peace Prize. So if you type in Nobel, look, type in, I just want you guys to type it in. If you go to your Facebooks, your Twitters or X, whatever you want to call it, your Instagrams, TikToks, and you type in Nobel. Is it Nobel or Nobel? Noble. And if you type it in, just type it in. Type in Nobel or type in Nobel Peace Prize. Either one. Type in either one. And tell me what you see. And I bet you, look, they got President Trump on Mount Rushmore. Yay! Let's do it. Shout out to my brother Jim Jackson. Jim Jackson, if you were watching today's video, shout out to Jim Jackson, my brother Jim. I think he just tagged me in something just now. Let me go to my notifications. Jim, I got love for you, brother. Jim, what you just tagged me in? Lying, scamming dog governor that ought to be walked out in handcuffs. Stolen valor tampon Tim. We got more updates coming on that fella there and what's going on in Minnesota. What a disgrace. We want to send our prayers, love, and condolences, man. What a disgrace it is in Minnesota. Political assassinations, you know, unbelievable. What a disgrace. But we got to get back to this, Jim. I'm sorry, Jim. But I appreciate you, Jim. I got to get back to my Nobel. Me eating at Trump's Nobel Peace Prize ceremony after all my friends turned on him. You know, people were turning on President Trump. I didn't vote for this. You know, we're going into World War III. Let me look outside. Is it World War III? That ended quickly. They say it ended in 12 days. Well, I'd be jolly. Nobel. Give that fella the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. So if you just go on your internet, the point of this video is, you know, everybody is calling for our president, 47, to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, if you just scroll all over the internet, it's everywhere. You know? But it's crazy how so many people have turned against this man. They said this and that against this man. Democrats, the left, the fake news media, impeach 47. People are saying, some of the fake MAGAs, I'm not getting what I voted for now because of this. You know, and then bam, boom, blow it up. Ain't nobody know nothing until our president tweeted at 11 o'clock at night. And then we made it back home safe. No casualties, no injury. I mean, man, nobody died. Completed the mission. Boom, bam, boom, blow it up. Got back home safe. Yeah, we intercepted those little missiles. Yeah, we intercepted them bad boys. And now it's time for peace. He needs congressional approval. He needs to call us at Congress. They need to go in Congress and just say, hey, everybody, put your hands behind your back, against the wall, on the floor. Wait, don't run. Y'all roughing her up a little bit too much. Y'all be careful, be gentle, be a little gentle with her. Okay, see, look what y'all done did. Y'all done knocked her eyelashes on the floor. Okay, yep, all right, put her against the wall. Yeah, that one too. And we got records on her. She was making love to her brother. Get her, and that one right there. We don't even got to take her in. We need to drop her off at the bar. Take her back to the bar. Put his hands behind his back. Yes, walk him out. Yeah, walk him out. Is he sweating? Why he always sweating? Walk him out. That's how you know he did something wrong. That's how you know his hands in the cookie jar. He's sweating. Walk him out. I don't care. Walk him out. Yeah, they ought to walk people out down there in Washington. I'm just saying. Term limits. Yeah. Term limits and handcuffs. Term limits and handcuffs. I don't got to keep preaching it. You know. But Nobel, y'all. I promise y'all, I'm not drunk. I don't do that. They say, Rick, sir, are you okay, sir? Have you had too many martinis? Have you had a margarita, sir? Rick, have you had a what they call them things with the orange juice and the champagne, mimosas, or one of them screwdrivers? No, I have not, y'all. I have not had a screwdriver tonight. Okay, I'm just happy because everybody on the internet is saying Trump should receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel.
Well, they should give me the Nobel Prize for Rwanda, and if you look, the Congo, or you could say Serbia, Kosovo, you could say a lot of them. You could say, the big one is India and Pakistan. I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. I should get it for the I would think the Abraham Accords would be a good one too. They won't give me a Nobel Peace Prize because they only give it to liberals.
Would you support Iran?
Trump said they only give it to liberals. He said I should have gotten a Nobel Peace Prize about 5, 6, 8, 10 times. What y'all think of that, man? You know? But right now, people are saying Trump should receive the Nobel Peace Prize. And even the country, Pakistan, recommends President Donald J. Trump receive the Nobel Peace Prize. You know, and look what people are saying. You know, it's really crazy to see what people are saying right now, from on the left, the Democrats, and people that really was just calling Trump out on the decisions he made these last 72 hours. Even I'm gonna read this one out. Even people are saying, you know, Rob, he says, I was wrong. President Donald J. Trump was right. War in Iran was already over, as their nuke, as is their nuke program, and the over 40-year Iran nuke program has been terminated, at least for the next few years. Iran-Israel truce is next. The world can breathe. A sign of relief. Glad he's our president. You know? And everybody's just celebrating this ceasefire deal. You know? And here it is. Trump revealed all the neocons, warmongers, and fake MAGA. Oil is down. Stocks are up. No World War III. Peace through strength. Democrats, the fake news media, liberals, silent right now. Where they at? Silent. Silent. Complete silence. I wonder why. You know? But Iranian officials have confirmed Iran agreed to a ceasefire proposed by President Trump. It is official. So their officials have agreed. Everything's agreed. Everything is real, y'all. I know some of y'all saying this can't be real. This is real. This is real. You know, this is real. And this was the moment CNN got word that Iran has accepted the ceasefire, just seconds after Caitlin Collins, that smug hack activist, set the narrative up, casting doubt on President Trump. And, you know, this is what they do on the fake news media. And CNN, this lady here, what a disgrace. Let's play the clip.
Now, we're hearing incredibly optimistic views coming out of the White House as far as how long this can hold and what this is going to look like. That obviously still remains to be seen on the implementation side of this, and waiting to see if the firing does stop and if Iran and Israel do both agree to this. Because, you know, speaking of the fluidity of the situation, it was just 24 hours ago that President Trump himself was suggesting a regime change in Iran was a possibility. And obviously right before that, having the United States strike Iran. And so, yes, there have been a lot of phone calls going back and forth. In part, this has to do with Iran's limited response earlier, where they fired on a U.S. base in Qatar, but there were no casualties. We know that they did give a heads up that they were going to be firing on U.S. bases without exactly specifying which ones. But that is the question here, is if that create the space for this still holds for the next few hours.
Whoa.
Caitlin, I just been given word that Iran, according to a diplomat who briefed CNN, Iran has agreed to the ceasefire. So this
look at her face.
Is significant. I just want to try to learn some more information as soon as we get it about that. But if that is the case, that's incredibly significant, because that is, we were waiting. We had not heard from Iran. We had not heard from Israel. All we were going on so far has been the president's social media post, which was some 2 hours ago. So again, that is the first indication we have that Iran has agreed to this.
Now,
yeah, take it in. That's beautiful. I might put that at the beginning of the show. That's beautiful. That is beautiful, man. And look at this lady here. What a disgrace, Pocahontas. What a complete disgrace. Standing behind a Planned Parenthood abortion podium, talking about lives at risk of talking about putting lives at risk by striking Iran. What? But you're standing behind a abortion Planned Parenthood podium. Over almost 500,000 unborn babies were aborted by Planned Parenthood last year. And she up here speaking.
The Constitution is clear. Only Congress can declare.
Constitution.
We all understand that.
Oh, you should have told that to Obama. Put this heifer in jail, in prison, and walk out in handcuffs. I'm telling you, they should have walked this heifer out in handcuffs. They should have put this heifer in handcuffs a long time ago. Pocahontas. We seen the blood come back. Let me calm down. They say calm down, sir. Calm down. But you know, seeing so many people have so many beautiful things to say on the internet. It's so beautiful. More Americans died in Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan than Trump's war in Iran. Yeah. What a disgrace it was. All we needed was an actual president, a new president. We finally have a president, you guys, and I'm proud to announce that. You know? I'm proud to announce it, man. But I'm not going to be on here too long. I just want to come on here and have a good time with you guys tonight, you know? But what a historic day it's been. What a masterclass. You got it right, Charlie Kirk. You know, no troops dead. We are praying for our troops. We're praying for America and for continue to be peace. Peace. Peace through strength. You know, no war, no boots on the ground. That's what we're rooting for on this channel. A better way of life for everybody. Especially in this fast time travel that we live in. No war for your daughters, your sons. A better way of life, great living. Especially these next couple years underneath President Trump and this administration. I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.